Welcome, fellow traveler of Stardust, to a journey that will carry you beyond the confines of your room, far past the boundaries of your day, all the way to the dawn of everything. As you settle into the gentle embrace of your bed, I invite you to surrender, to let each breath carry away the residue of the day, and to allow your mind to open to wondrous possibility. Tonight, we will traverse the story of the universe itself, the grandest saga ever told. A story not just of stars and planets, but of you and me, of every heartbeat and every dream woven into the cosmic tapestry of existence. Let's begin with the present, you here now. Feel the weight of your head upon your pillow, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the effortless miracle of breath. In this moment, you are both anchor and explorer. You are safe and you are free to wander. With every inhale, draw in a deep, restful calm. With every exhale, release any tension that lingers in your shoulders, your jaw, your limbs. Imagine that each breath is a wave, washing softly over you, smoothing away even the subtlest edges of worry. Let yourself drift gently into a state of openness, curiosity, and ease. Now, with your body at peace, close your eyes in your mind and imagine a darkness deeper than any night, a canvas without stars, empty yet brimming with potential. Journey with me to a time before time, when the universe as we know it was not yet born. There were no galaxies, no atoms, no concept of before or after. All was one, undifferentiated, a singularity of infinite possibility compressed into a silence beyond comprehension. Then, in a moment beyond all moments, a spark. The first heartbeat of existence. Time itself unfurled, stretching out like a ribbon from eternity. With that first instant, the cosmos began its grand dance, from unity, diversity, from silence, symphony. Imagine the birth of all things not as a thunderous explosion, but as the sudden, unstoppable blooming of a flower in the void, petals of reality opening in every direction at once, without center or edge. This is what some call the Big Bang, though perhaps that name does not do it justice. It was the cosmic breath, the miraculous expansion, not into something but of something becoming itself in the act. Picture a balloon, empty at first, and then expanding rapidly, its very skin forming the fabric of space and time. Imagine you are an ant on that surface, feeling everything stretch away from you, not because you are moving, but because the whole world is growing, all at once, everywhere. In less than an instant, this universe became vast, a cauldron of unimaginable heat and density. At first, all the forces that now shape our world, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak nuclear forces, were united, fused within a single superforce, as if all the colors of the rainbow had not yet separated from the light. But soon, this unity began to unravel. Gravity slipped away, claiming its domain. The fabric of reality shivered and shifted, and the universe kept expanding, but more gently now, like a runner gradually easing from sprint to stride. Even as the cosmos swelled, it began to cool. In this cosmic kitchen, the first ingredients of matter and antimatter appeared, partners, equal and opposite, dancing together in an intricate ballet. When they met, they vanished in a flash of energy, returning to the potential from which they came. But by some mystery, a cosmic roll of the dice, there was a slight imbalance. For every billion pairs that annihilated, one lone particle of matter survived, a precious seed for all the worlds to come. Imagine those survivors, scattered like embers across the ever-expanding dark. They were not atoms, not even close, just the tiniest building blocks, quarks and electrons, floating in a vast furnace still too hot for them to settle into anything more complex. Yet as the universe drew its first long breaths, cooling, slowing, these particles began to join together, forming the protons and neutrons that would one day become the core of every atom, every star, every living cell. Within the first few minutes of existence, these newborn protons and neutrons performed a delicate dance, combining to form the first atomic nuclei, hydrogen, the simplest of all elements, and helium, light but essential. The universe, still blazing hot, was filled with a fog of particles, a glowing mist so dense that light itself could not travel freely. Imagine walking through a blizzard where your headlights reflect off every snowflake, dazzling but blinding, the world hidden in plain sight. For hundreds of thousands of years, this cosmic fog endured. But the universe was patient. As it expanded, it cooled, like tea left to sit on a windowsill, until finally, electrons could settle into orbit around those waiting nuclei. The fog lifted. The universe became transparent. And for the first time, light could stretch its wings and fly unimpeded across the cosmos. That ancient light, cooled over eons into a faint microwave whisper, still washes over us today, a ghostly echo from the dawn of time, a message written in the language of photons that scientists call the cosmic microwave background. Yet even with light freed, the universe was a dark, silent ocean. There were no stars, no planets, only vast clouds of hydrogen and helium adrift. This was the cosmic night, longer than any night you've ever known, a tranquil silence lasting hundreds of millions of years. But within these clouds, gravity patiently worked its secret art, drawing atoms together ever tighter. Densities rose, temperatures soared, and in the hearts of these collapsing clouds, the first stars ignited, furnaces of light bursting fiercely into the void, forging the elements that would one day form worlds. Imagine those first stars, gigantic and short-lived, their brilliance unrivaled, their lifespans brief but transformative. In their hot cores, hydrogen fused to helium, and then, as the stars aged and grew unstable, new elements were born. Carbon, the backbone of life; oxygen, the breath of worlds; iron, the seed of planets. But their true gift came in their death, the supernova. When these titans exhausted their fuel, their cores collapsed and, in an instant, unleashed unimaginable power, scattering the elements they had forged across space in a glittering hail of possibility. From this cosmic debris, new clouds formed, richer now, ready to birth new generations of stars. In this way, galaxies assembled, swirling cities of light, each a collection of hundreds of billions of stars, bound together by gravity's invisible hand. Galaxies gathered into clusters, and clusters into grand tapestries stretching across space, woven from the stardust of 1,000 supernovas. Stars were born and died, waves of energy and matter rippling outward, shaping the vast stage upon which all future drama would unfold. Somewhere in a quiet corner of this grand design, among the spiral arms of a galaxy we call the Milky Way, a new star flared into being. Around it, a swirling disk of dust and gas circled, drawn by the newborn sun's pull. Over countless millions of years, this dust clumped and collided, forming larger and larger bodies, until finally, after an eternity of celestial patience, planets took shape. Our Earth, a blue jewel in the vast Black Sea, was among them, cradled at the perfect distance from its star, bathed in light and the promise of life. On this world, the universe's story became something more than matter and energy. It became life itself. At first, only the most basic forms of life emerged, microbes, so small as to be invisible, but mighty in their persistence. Over eons, they transformed the planet, releasing oxygen into the air, painting the sky blue, preparing the stage for greater complexity. In the oceans, life blossomed. Strange creatures swam, crawled, and fed, evolving new shapes and strategies, filling every niche they could find. Eventually, some of these intrepid beings ventured onto land, adapting to new challenges, inventing new ways to thrive. Plants blanketed the earth, drawing energy from the sun. Animals grew more complex: fish, reptiles, mammals, and finally, after countless generations, creatures with the capacity to wonder, to question, to dream. From the dust of stars, from the echo of the Big Bang, you emerged. Humanity opened its eyes to the night sky and saw not just pinpricks of light, but mysteries waiting to be unraveled. We built fires, then cities, then telescopes to peer deeper into the heavens, seeking our origins in the faint glow of ancient stars. We learned to read the signals that drifted to us across billions of years, piecing together the story of how everything came to be. But for every answer found, new questions rose, like mountains on the horizon of our understanding. The universe, it seems, is a riddle without end, a song whose verses multiply each time we learn the chorus. Yet in this endless seeking, we become part of the story. We are the universe becoming aware of itself, stardust pondering the miracle of its own existence. So as you rest tonight, know that you too are a thread in this infinite tapestry. The atoms in your bones were forged in the heart of ancient suns. The thoughts that flicker through your mind are the latest ripple in a story that began with a single point of light. And as you close your eyes, drifting towards sleep, you are not alone but part of a vast, beautiful whole, an unbroken lineage of miracles stretching from the birth of time to this very moment. Let sleep take you now gently, like the dark between stars, comforting and deep. Let your dreams carry you on the wind of the cosmos, through fields of galaxies and rivers of light. For in the embrace of night, you reconnect with the universe itself, circling forever in a spiral of becoming, always expanding, always discovering, always home. Good night, traveler. The universe sings you too. Rest,